Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be going over Great League. So Great League's back along with Ultra League, Master League, and Premier. I believe it's Master Premier, I don't know. I played 2 sets of Great League today, and I just wanted to say that the old team that we've been using all season, last season, the end of the season before that, is still going strong with the Hypno lead and the Scrafty finishers. So let's go ahead and get into the games here. If you haven't, definitely hit that subscribe button. We're going to be trying to come out with more videos. Shorter ones so that it's not as big of a commitment for me to a time commitment because work's just going too much. So here we go, Hypno into Skarmory. This matchup's okay. You actually lose as Hypno, but they usually don't know that and they usually switch. I will say though, we did face 2 or 3 Skarmories and they did not switch, so people are definitely getting better. This is at rank 10. I believe these battles are at 3026. Something like that. And I'm definitely going to shield this and probably switch into Munchlax. Maybe get a couple more confusions, but I don't think I can actually confusion it down. And then I'm going to just take it out with Munchlax before they can throw that move right there, which they would have if I just stayed in with Hypno, I believe, because it would have taken 4 turns to throw that confusion. So they come in here with Shiftry. This is okay. Your Lick's not going to be doing any damage because it's resisted by the Dark typing. But these Body Slams are going to do a lot because Shiftry is pretty squishy. Also, you notice that Shiftry was running Bullet Seed, which is interesting. Most, I believe, run Snarl. I don't know if it's better or not. I don't use Shiftry. So, interesting. I believe this Azumarill is going to go for the Hydro Pump here. So, I actually might end up shielding this. I almost would never shield this. But Hypno's really low, and I don't want to get farmed down. So yeah, I go for the shield there because I know that these Body Slams are going to be able to force shields on my opponent's side as well. And I am pretty sure I can get to 2 before they get to the 1. Yeah. And at this point, we can get taken out by any moves that Azumarill has. I believe Ice Beam would KO from here. It's actually I'm pretty sure it would. It'd be pretty close, though. But they do go for the Hydro Pump, which means they're out of energy. Probably they went all the way to full energy though, so I'm gonna go for 1 hit and then throw this Thunder Punch. I started thinking maybe I shouldn't have thrown this at all and come in with the Scrafty, but I know Scrafty can take 2 Leaf Blades, so I'm not too scared here. It's gonna bring us really low, but he needs to get to 3, or she needs to get to 3 Leaf Blades to take us out. And we got the counter in right there, so that is GG for this first matchup. Scrafty with no shield somehow doing some work. You guys might notice I actually haven't updated my game yet. I'm trying to wait to the very last. I'm trying to wait till they force update it on iOS. It is in the shop. I've seen it. So yeah. So y'all know how we like to play this matchup. If you don't, I like to stand with Hypno till they throw and then switch into Munchlax. Our opponent though is farming up an absolute ton. They do get to the Rock Slide around the same time that we get to the Thunder Punch. Usually right before. I do like to throw the Thunder Punch always because it does a little bit of damage to the Defense Deoxys, and it makes sure that Munchlax can win this matchup if needed. I don't shield anything that Deoxys does against Munchlax, and I'm going to throw this Body Slam here. This is probably where I'm not going to shield Munchlax at all. In fact, at this point, it really looks like it's going to be a 2-shield Scrafty game. So I'm probably going to try to play into that as much as possible. So I did 2 Body Slams. I've gotten this Azumarill pretty low. We're kind of low. I'm just going to let it go. Going to come in with Hypno, try to get a little bit of farm. Actually, I believe we end up counting here. This has to be an Ice Beam, so I'm not going to shield at all. If it was a Hydro Pump, it would have been crazy, or it would have hurt a lot, but they actually threw right after they threw a previous Ice Beam, which means if you do 1 more bubble on a Azumarill after a full farm down, or a full get up to 100 energy, then you can throw 2 Ice Beams after 1 more bubble. So what we're going to do here is probably just throw this and then switch into Munchlax. Actually, we're going to do as much damage as we can. They end up switching into a Dark type, and we're going to Power Up Punch this down. I had to think about this for a second, but luckily we have a lot of time in this matchup. I'm thinking that Umbreon probably does more damage than Defense Deoxys, so I'm going to shield these last resorts, which I believe do about 35%. Maybe 35, in order to get as much farm down as I can. And like I said, if I'm going to shield, I'm going to shield again here. The only thing that Defense Deoxys is going to throw at us is Thunderbolt. That hurts. The Rock Slides are resisted. The Psycho Cuts are also resisted. And even though they have shields, you're asking why do we throw? It's because it's a power-up punch. We're going to get stronger counters here, which they're resisted, so we really need to be doing as much damage as we can. We don't care about those shields in this situation. If you were using normal moves that weren't going to be powering up your attack stat or defense, no, defense probably not, it doesn't matter. But if you were going to do that, probably don't throw at all and just see if you can counter down. And we'll get into this matchup. So this matchup's actually really bad. It's actually pretty hard for us to beat oh my gosh, what is it called? Swampert. Oh. And then I throw the body slam here because I completely forget about the ghost typing. That's just my own fault. And then I'm put into this weird situation where I'm like, I know an avalanche won't KO, but I don't want him to farm up a storm against us. And I end up going for this again. And then I'm like, should I try to win switch? Does it matter? Maybe if I shield and farm down. So I'm thinking probably shield farm down here, right? Oh, I'm letting it go. Okay, so I must come in with Hypno. Oh, no. Probably come in with Scrafty, right? No, coming in with Hypno. They actually get this move off. I probably need to shield this because I need to have these charge moves to pressure the shields so that Scrafty can come in. And I'm going to go all the way up to... I'm not shielding this. I need one shield for Scrafty to win in the back. Our opponent... I do remember this game. They do not shield this, which I'm so surprised at because it could have been anything. And they come in with a Skarmory. Oh, I'm remembering this game. So Scrafty does not beat Skarmory in the one shield, where Scrafty has one shield. If Scrafty had two shields, it does beat Skarmory. Maybe the extra counter is what gave us this damage here, but I actually think the reason we win this is because our opponent thinks they can farm us all the way down after the first attack, because at this point they have so much of a energy advantage. They must be close to the sky attack. It doesn't actually make any sense that they don't have one in the next two wing attacks, or air slash, I think. Yeah, and then we end up taking it out, and this power-up punch would KO this Swampert, and I believe our opponent leaves. So they got a little greedy there. They definitely should have thrown the move. It would have been close, actually, but the fact that we don't have a second punch on our Hypno meant that it was going to be resisted by the ground typing there. All right, so Skarmory in the front. This is where we want to see it if we see it at all. This is another example of where the opponent really knows how to play the Skarmory, because usually... I noticed last season, or at the beginning of the season and last season, the Skarmory almost always leaves this matchup after the first Thunder Punch, or they go for like a Brave Bird. But people seem to be getting much better, and they know the matchups a little better. So we do go to the one shield. They actually don't shield, but I'm still coming in with the Munchlax here. I'm actually going to go straight for this Bulldoze. They do have a shield advantage. And I'm really thinking what I need to do here. Should I shield once and try to go for a double Bulldoze, or just let it go? And I'm thinking about just letting it go. This is probably return. Does a lot. Can I really afford to shield Munchlax? Probably not. Gonna come in with Scrafty. And then I probably have to shield this because they've taken such a long time to throw. This is probably going to be a return. We can't really afford to be hit by a return here. The good things we have going for us here is that the Skarmory is very low HP, really isn't going to do much damage to our Scrafty, isn't close enough to a move either. I should have thrown the foul play here. I actually mess up really bad in this game. So I switch into Hypno here. I'm doing a ton of damage. I know that this Skarmory's not going to be able to take us out. I really should throw this Thunder Punch, but I'm like, I just need to get this confusion through and I'm good. But he hits the freaking Mud Bomb here. Oh, we could have won that game. I end up going for a Power Punch here because I'm like, I don't think that the foul play is going to do enough to actually KO, but I actually think it might have. And we're actually one hit away from winning with the Scrafty and the Hypno. So really, you could say, like, a lot of people would say they got unlucky there, but I played this pretty terrible. I wanted to leave that in because, you know, sometimes, Like, I played this team an absolute ton, but I still make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes as long as you learn from them. I know next time, just throw the freaking move. You're going to get to another move on Scrafty anyways. Force your opponent to throw a move onto the Hypno as well. All right, and Confusion is 4 turns, by the way. Just, there's a lot of leeway for Pokemon to get moves in between that time. All right, so Munchlax against Sableye. I really didn't think they were going to shield that. I'm actually going to do something crazy here. I really need to win the switch. I forgot what they had in the lead, but I remember it was something bad against Hypno. I was too busy on my rant about how bad I was. So I'm going to actually shield again probably and farm down, have the body slam. Oh, I think it was an Azumarill actually. So I really need that Azumarill not to be on my Scrafty. That was what the idea was there. So Azumarill's going to come back in. It's going to take a body slam, and it's going to get 1 bubble through to KO the Munchlax, and then we'll come back in with the Hypno. Probably no matter what they switch in, when I bring the Hypno in, we probably need a switch. It is the Marowak. You should be able to get to 2 foul plays here if they try to go for 2 Shadow Balls. So I think that Shadow Balls does slightly better damage per energy, because even though it's resisted, you know what? I'm surprised the Marowak's not using the new Raid Day move, Shadow Bone. But the ground move Marowak has, I can't remember what it's called, but it is actually just so bad. Yeah, our Scrafty's going to get taken out here, but the Hypno's just going to be able to farm this down. Plus, I'm really close to that Thunder Punch. As you saw, I thought I actually had it. I tried to use it on the Marowak, but then they switched into the Azumarill here. I'm actually going to farm. So most of the time when they run Azumarill double Ghost, they have Play Rough Ice Beam. So I'm not too scared of losing this matchup, which is why I'm actually farming up a Storm. We lag a lot, but it doesn't matter. They wouldn't have gotten to the other move. And then I have 2 Thunder Punches, which is enough to take out both of these Mon. So I think after these games, I'm sitting right around 30, 40 something. I don't have a lot of time to play the 5 sets each day. I played 2 sets today. I've got the Pika Libre here, which is... oh, I must not have played another set then, because I hit rank 10. Unless I lost that many games. Okay. Either way, got the Pika Libre here. Well, we'll eventually get it. And yeah, I'm going to be using this team for the rest of the season. Oh, well, I do want to play the Flying Cup. You know what's so funny? I remember polling y'all to see if y'all wanted to see my practice matches. I have since deleted those matches, but I'm trying to remember what team I wanted to use. I believe it was something like... I believe the team I think is going to do very well is a fast attack team, and I think it's going to be Aerodactyl with Altaria as a safe swap and Togekiss. Now, while I think that team's very good, I think the other team that probably will be really good and not so cheesy using fast moves is probably going to be something Mantine. I think Mantine's one of the best Pokemon in this cup because it does really well against Aerodactyl. Plus, it has Ice Beam for the other flying types. So Mantine, Zapdos, and Aerodactyl as a safe swap. So Aerodactyl with 1 shield beats almost everything in the meta. So if you get something that Mantine's really bad against, such as Emolga or Zapdos, one of the electrics, which is going to be double super effective to Mantine, then you can switch into Aerodactyl, win the switch, and then just pit those Mon against the Zapdos you have in the back. All right, that's going to be it all for this video. Thank you again for watching. Definitely hit that subscribe button, like, comment, do all of those things. I'm trying to get out videos as much as I can, and I'll see you in the next one.